Picture the Netherlands in the late 19th century. A world lit dimly by gas lamps. A world that had never seen a glowing filament, or the idea of entire neighborhoods illuminated by electricity. Now picture a small factory in Eindhoven. No one outside the region knew its name. No one expected it to change the world. But in 1891, Frederick Philips and his son Gerard opened a workshop to manufacture light bulbs. Simple, fragile glass bulbs that most people didn't trust yet. They had no idea that this tiny workshop would grow into one of the most influential companies in modern history. This is the story of Philips, how it lit the world, transformed technology, survived wars and crises, and reinvented itself again and again. And it all began with a single spark. Frederick Philips financed the factory. His son, Gerard, became its technical mastermind. But the company truly found its heartbeat when Anton Philips, Gerard's younger brother, joined in 1895. Anton was a natural strategist, quick-thinking, charismatic, and fearless in business. Their partnership became legendary. Eindhoven was tiny at the time, but Philips treated employees unlike any Dutch company of the era. Housing, education, healthcare, music ensembles. Philips wasn't just a business, it became a community, a Philips village, shaping Eindhoven into an industrial city. Their bulbs soon became known across Europe for reliability, and the small factory was no longer small. Success brought ambition, and ambition led to innovation. In 1914, Philips founded its own research center, known as NatLab. NatLab would become one of Europe's most important industrial laboratories. Engineers and scientists here weren't just told to build products, they were told to experiment, to explore, to think beyond lighting. NatLab drove breakthroughs in X-ray tubes, radio technology, medical imaging prototypes, early optical and electrical innovations. And by the 1920s, Philips expanded into consumer electronics, launching its first radio. But they didn't stop there. They even launched Philips Radio, their own broadcasting service. For many Europeans, the first radio they ever heard was a Philips. Then came the Great Depression. Markets collapsed. Philips tightened budgets, but survived. The next crisis was far more dangerous. When Nazi Germany invaded in 1940, the Philips family made a daring escape to the United States to prevent their company from falling into enemy hands. Some operations continued in occupied territory under duress, while leadership coordinated abroad. But the war reached Eindhoven in a devastating way. On 6 December 1942, Allied forces carried out Operation Oyster, a precision raid targeting Philips factories used by the Germans. The attack caused massive damage and casualties, but it also disrupted German production of radio tubes. After the war, Eindhoven was heavily damaged, but Philips rose from the rubble faster than almost any Dutch company. A new chapter was about to begin. The decades after World War II were Philips' golden era. Factories expanded across the world. Research accelerated, and innovation exploded. Philips introduced technologies that define modern life: home radios and televisions, household appliances, electric shavers, early computers, and in 1963, their most iconic invention, the compact cassette. Small, portable, affordable. The cassette forever changed how people listened to music. At home, Philips became deeply woven into Dutch culture. They supported community programs and founded PSV Eindhoven, turning it into a powerhouse of Dutch football. Philips wasn't just a company. It was a Dutch institution. But no empire stays perfect forever. By the 1970s and 1980s, global competition intensified, especially from Japan. Electronics moved faster. Trends changed quicker. Philips, now enormous and bureaucratic, struggled to keep up. Some innovations, like the Video 2000 system, were technically excellent, yet still lost the global race. The company was too slow, too large, too scattered. Philips had reached a crossroads. The 1980s brought painful restructuring. Jobs were lost. Factories closed. Entire product divisions were reorganized or sold. Instead of fighting every battle in consumer electronics, Philips made a bold decision: focus on healthcare. Become a global health technology leader. Acquired medical imaging companies. Expanded into CT, MRI, and ultrasound systems. Developed patient monitoring technologies. Modernized hospital partnerships. Invested in digital health software. By the early 2000s, Philips was reshaping itself. No longer just a maker of televisions and radios, it was becoming a health tech powerhouse. In 2018, Philips even spun off its original lighting division as a separate company, Signify. The light bulb maker had moved into the future. But even giants stumble. In June 2021, Philips issued a massive global recall of certain sleep apnea and ventilator devices due to foam degradation inside the machines. Millions of devices were affected. Regulators intervened. Lawsuits followed. The company's reputation took a hit. Philips's CEO eventually stepped down. This was one of the most challenging periods in Philips' modern history. Yet the company responded by restructuring, prioritizing patient safety, and working with regulators worldwide on remediation. Philips had weathered crises before, and now it faced the task of rebuilding trust. Today, Philips is no longer the maker of radios, TVs, or even light bulbs. It is a pure health technology company. Hospital equipment, AI-driven diagnostics, personal health devices, digital healthcare platforms, data and clinical workflow solutions. With over 67,000 employees worldwide, Philips remains one of the Netherlands' most important technological forces. Its role in developing the Brainport Eindhoven region, now one of Europe's most innovative tech ecosystems, is enormous. Eindhoven no longer belongs to Philips, but Philips will forever be part of Eindhoven's DNA. And now the question that matters: what comes next? Philips faces massive opportunities: AI-powered diagnosis, remote and hybrid care, robotics in surgery, personal health data ecosystems, aging populations needing more medical support, but also massive challenges: fierce competition from Siemens, GE, and fast-growing Chinese health tech giants, rapid technological shifts, regulatory pressure after the recall, global supply chain uncertainty. One thing is certain: Philips has reinvented itself many times. From a tiny bulb workshop, to a global electronics icon, to a leader in health technology. It's a story of resilience, reinvention, continuity. And it's only the first episode in our series on Dutch success stories. Which company should we explore next?